We're going to be comparing Beezer to Appgyver. In this video, you'll learn the key features of both platforms, the pricing, the use cases, how each platform works, and at the end, I'm going to tell you which one I would use. Beezer is a platform where you can create apps very quickly with no experience. Appgyver is a professional no-code platform that enables you to build apps with all different types of forms, including mobile, desktop, browser, TV, and others. Let's look at the features. For Beezer, I put this range closer to something like Adalo or Glide. This allows you to create PWAs, which are progressive web apps, and you can distribute this anywhere. Some of the great features that it has enabled would be push notifications, member login, e-commerce integration, so you can actually integrate it with WooCommerce or Shopify, which is a great plus, live chat, analytics, appointment scheduling, countdowns, user feedbacks, and also what I like, it also allows you to connect with other third-party platforms. For some of the advanced plans, it even allows you to have food and delivery functionality similar to Uber Eats, Grubhub, and the list goes on and on. For Appgyver, this really allows you to expand in a lot of different ways. It allows you to integrate with APIs. There's unlimited logic that you can build out. Visually, you can start building out that logic with just a few clicks. And this really allows your app to be endless. It would just really depend on what your functionality you're looking for, but it's pretty robust. Also, it already has a built-in database, so it works seamlessly. Let's look at pricing. For Beezer, it starts for free. You can create one app, but you will still have the Beezer.com subdomain as well. So just keeping that in mind. But again, if you're trying this out and there's a lot of different templates to start with it, Beezer can be free. And that can allow you to test your idea and go from there. Going from there, there's other tiers, including anything, everything, and more of everything. And it ranges from $16 to $52 and then $160. The main differences that I see across the board with the anything plan, it allows you to now have, you can distribute it via email when you have the $16 a month. And you also have access to push notifications, access all features, member login, but those are for additional fees per month. If you're looking at everything and it starts at $52 a month, now you get everything already included and you're not being charged an extra fee every time. To get more details, you can scroll down and then it tells you the pricing difference based on what you're trying to do. For the everything plan, I would have that plan if you're already getting paying customers, you're looking to expand. If I'm building an agency, that's when I would go to more of everything. That expands how many apps I can use, which it goes to 15. And when I have that, I can now scale my operations, bring on more clients, and really be that super admin and watch over all my different apps. For more details, I would look at the components section where it's allowing you to see all the different things that you can be adding to your app. And again, when you're having the components, they really start at the anything level. So the paying plan, that's when you can have food ordering, marketplace app, forms, integrated with Zoom, countdowns, also Twitter, booking appointments, e-commerce, payment button. And again, if you're starting at the something plan, they're going to charge you a little bit more a month, depending on what you're looking for. But if I go to the everything plan, those are all included $52 a month, and that's it. In the section down below, I would really write out, what are you looking to do? Are you trying to create a food delivery business? Are you trying to create a marketplace? Let me know in the comment section down below. Regarding Appgyver and how much they charge, it is free up to making $10 million in revenue. That's right. So it includes almost everybody. It's free for everyone almost. That allows you to really have a runway. If you want to create a business and scale it, you're not worried about, well, when are we going to be starting to pay and kick in? It's going to take you a little while to get to 10 million in revenue. So focus on your product, focus on your customers, and you can expand from there. I really like this plan, and there's also another video that we'll link to somewhere down below where it's showing you the different type of apps people are building with Appgyver. And also they release a spotlight once a week almost, showing different different apps from the community from Appgyver. So that allows you to be inspired and see what could be possible with your app. Now we're going to take a look at both platforms and how they're operated and under the hood. So first we're going to start with Beezer. If we look at Beezer, it allows us to have a lot of different options, but let's start from scratch. I'm going to click Create New App, and from here, it's going to give me tons of different templates. Cafe and restaurant, events, retail, maintenance services. I can click on one, I can preview them, and now it allows me to see what my app would look like. Now again, it's a PWA, so to look at what it would be like on my phone, I would just optimize my browser and change it. And now it's giving me what it would look like on my phone, right? So I can look at services, PMC packages, I can look at that, I can look at plumbing services. And so it's giving me an experience of what I would be having for my app. Book a professional, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so there I could add payment, processing, all those things. Also I have a menu here, and the list goes on and on. That's just one option, but as you can see, there are quite a few of different templates that I can start with. Okay, so I'm going to pick sports club and team. I click that, and I click next. It's going to ask me for the name. I'm just going to say sports beta right there. Create this app. And what's also good about Beezer, if I change my idea, it doesn't count against my number. On the left-hand side, first it starts with build, and then here I can look at, do I want to add more pages? What do I want to do with the app? I can go to homepage, about us, all of those things. And again, it will reflect in real time on the right-hand side. I can see in preview what it looks like. If I see join us right here, again, join us is right here, fixtures, videos, social media. And then once I click the option, then I can go to the next section over and start changing the header. And then I can look at what the header is going to be, the title, all of those things. The navigation, the link button, Google Analytics, if I'm going to track the event, all of those things, the design and layout. So it allows me to change the header, template, all of those things. Really intuitive, and it's pretty easy to use, actually. I can go through that with the build and then distribute. If I'm going to promote it, I can send it via WhatsApp, send it via text message, email, just a link, a widget on my site. It allows me to do that, and QR code. For engagement, now once they have the app and they opt in for notifications, I can send push notifications. I can look at the push notification history. I can do SMS. I can also do live streaming for them to know. There's just a lot, and also Zoom too. So I can go there and start adding a component for Zoom. I can add a form. It gives me options for analytics, what I'm looking at weekly, monthly, form data if they're opting in, rating data, payment history. And keep in mind too, if you're having a sub account and you're having other businesses use it under your brand, if they're taking transactions and things like that, they can hook their Stripe account or PayPal and everything like that. So then you can just charge them per month. So there's a couple of different ways to really make money if you expand with an agency as well. For member login, I can have groups and subscription, users and subscribers. And a lot of these things are in documentation if you're going to be building a lot of these different options out. Courses, events, custom emails. And then I have my business tools, and this allows you to add a couple other things for business, really. You can be adding inventory, payments through Stripe, map to set up the delivery zone, features like tax, currency, coupons, automatic stock counting, assign drivers to deliver food. There's a lot of things that you can be doing in here. And what I would do is really just first take a deep breath, write down what you're trying to do, and then look at what you could be doing in Beezer, because there's a lot. And coming soon, there's going to be a marketplace that you can be launching with Beezer as well, which is huge, because if you're trying to create a niche marketplace, if you're selling collectibles, if you're doing something locally, you can create your own marketplace within minutes with Beezer and without coding. Let's take a look at Appgyver and the workflow through that. Now, keep in mind with Appgyver, you're going to be able to create an experience from the ground up. At this point, with the Composer Pro version 3, they do not have templates available yet, but they are going to be working on that. But in the meantime, you're going to have to be building this from scratch. We talked about this in other videos, but you can use things like Figma or other platforms that allows you to really think about the design, and then you can emulate the design by going in here and using Figma as a guide. For example, if I'm looking at layouts, I can start having containers, or I can start adding rows, okay? And now I can really start building out my app experience. But keep in mind, look at how much work I have to do versus an Appgyver versus Beezer. Just keep in mind. Now, the flexibility will definitely be in Appgyver. You're not going to get this kind of ground level structure that you can plan out in Beezer, but it depends on what you're looking for and your end goal. On the left-hand side of Appgyver, you're going to get the basic components that you can be adding. Once you have the basic components, in the middle, it's going to be showing you the display of what the app or the display, whatever you're going to be doing. So for example, we have it as iPhone XS. That's showing us the dimensions of that device. On the right-hand side, we see properties and styles. Properties and styles allows us to know a little bit more about the format. For example, we can do page name, ID, but also we have a tree that allows us to move around the different page layout. For example, I can move the title now up, right? So the page tree allows us to have structure of the page. For style, we can have more details, including the typography, the background. We can have advanced features, all of those things right here. And then based on what we have on the screen, we can click the arrow down below, and now we have access to logic. So based on what people click on, we can now have a workflow where things can happen on the screen, either if people are tapping or based on what they're doing, we can have alerts, all of those things. So it allows us to build out an experience based on the actions of how we're interacting with the app. Also keep in mind, you can construct your database, and here you're going to have to configure your database the way that you want it based on your app, all of those things, but it gives you a lot more flexibility on Appgyver. If I'm looking at Beezer versus Appgyver, which one would I choose? It really depends on what you're trying to create. Beezer allows you to have an experience. If you do not want to think about creating a database, you want to create something very quickly, create an MVP, or even scale an agency without knowing a lot of the principles of databases and coding, Beezer is going to be definitely the option I would choose. Not only that, they're constantly expanding, including the marketplace. You can have sub admins where you can now have your clients manage their app, and now you can expand your business a lot quicker. On the flip side, Appgyver is free. You can expand it to do almost anything, but you need to have a lot more. You need to take the time to learn how to use Appgyver to the fullest, and also to learn what you're going to do with the database, the layout, how you want it to look, all of those things. It will be a higher learning curve to use Appgyver. In the comment section down below, let me know which one you're trying to use, what kind of project or app you're trying to create. And if you like videos like this, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, because we release videos like this every single week. I'll see you in the next video.